Hello, everybody. So, we're going into making a difference. So, changing the world one phoneme at a time. Foundations. Um, it could be anything, but in this case, it doesn't have to be the program of Foundations. It could be another kind of program that you have. But since this week we are supposed to be in English, we are going to be working from our Foundations little sack like this. Now remember, we are going over the letters that we know, and we're going to be practicing the ones that you should be practicing this week and probably during the holiday because you might not have anything to do but watch movies and movies and movies. Why not you just take your board that I laminate for you and make sure the sky is on the top and the worm is on the bottom and practice with your dry erase marker. Now, this is very important, and I'm going over it because we have new students in our class. So they don't really know what the rest of you have done since September. So let's take a quick way of reviewing what we're being practicing on YouTube. Remember, if you have not, please subscribe and give a thumbs up so that you can have access to all the videos that we have from Mr. Rodriguez to all of you. It could be in English, in Spanish, science, social studies, math, read alouds, and of course, all of the things that we need to know about phonemic awareness. So, for Foundations, which is our phonemic awareness program, we have this board. And each line, see the dotted line and the other straight lines, they have a place for certain letters. So far, all the letters we have had are between the sky and the grass line. We haven't touched the worm yet, but we will. Okay? So on the sky, you have all the capital letters, and they stop on the grass line. Very good. But there are lowercase letters that start on the sky and stop on the grass, but there are others that start on the plain line and stop on the grass line. So that's what we're going to be practicing. All right. So our first letter was T, top, T. So you start on the sky, come down to the grass, pick your marker up, and go across the airplane line. And if you're new, please take out your dry erase marker and your copy of your dry Skywrite board so that you can practice with me as I go along. So the first letter we did was T, top, T. And it's very important that you practice the T, T sound because when you're getting assessed, you will be assessed on the T, not the T letter name. All right? That's very important. The next lowercase letter we did was B, bat, B. So, we start on the sky, we come down to the grass, but we pick our marker up, we go to the plain line and make a bump down to the grass. So, it's very important that you do emphasize on where each one goes because practice makes it what? Better. All right? Let's go with the other letter that was accompanied with B, bat, B, B. It was F, fun, F. Now, F, fun, F, lowercase, has a hook. So you have to make an arch up here. Then you come down to the grass. And then you go across on the airplane line. And that's F, fun, F. Now, the next letter that we have, and if you see the glare, it's from the window because it's during the day. And I'm not going to do this at night. I might as well do it while the sun is bright and shiny. So you might see some glare. So I'm sorry about that. Continuing, we do have T, we have B, we have F. Now we need to go into the next letter sound, which is N, not N. You see my tongue? N, not N. we need to start on the plane line. We go down to the grass. You go with your marker up, go touch the hump on the airplane line and come down to the grass. And that's N not N. The one that was accompanying the N not N is M man and we close our lips when we do the sound. So here we go. You start on the plane line, come down to the grass, pick your marker up and go up with the hump to the plane line, down to the grass, and then go up again. Touch the hump on the plane line, come down to the grass. So this one you have to do 3 times touching the grass line and 3 times touching the plane line. So those were the first letters for pretty much the first 3 weeks. Now, if you don't have an eraser, you always have to have a tissue. And we are going to erase what we have on the board. Now, it's very important that if you don't know how to grab a marker, make sure your marker you pinch and lay back. Again, pinch with your index finger and your thumb, pinch, lay on your hand, and that's how you have a pencil grip. Now, or a marker grip. Now we're going to continue with the plane line and the grass line again, because now we're doing a vowel. The vowel is I, I, ich, I. So I start on the plane line, come down to the grass, pick my marker up and make a sprinkle. That is a sprinkle, not a lollipop. This is a lollipop. We don't want lollipops. We want a dot. Okay, and that's why you see this as a dot. I, ich, I, I, I. It's very important that you know the sound. The next one is you, up, you, up, and this starts with the plane line down to the grass, go up to the plane line and make a straight line down to the grass. And that's you, up, you, up, So we have 2 vowels. We did 5 consonants. T, t, b, f, n, and and now we have I and Those are vowels. Okay. Now we go into the letters that we are doing as of like 2 weeks ago and this week, because we do Fundations every other week, because we do the Spanish estrellita in the middle of each week. All right. Here we go. This one is C, cat, k. C, cat, k. It also starts on the plane line. So you make a curve from the plane line down to the grass. And that's C, cat, k. So we need I, and k. Remember, the sounds are very important. And the next one is a vowel. That vowel is A. Again, A. We start on the plane line, go around and around and around and touch the grass and come back up. And that's O, octopus, A. A. That's the sound, the short vowel sound for A, like October. Okay? Now it's very important that you remember that, because there is a long O sound, and that long O sound is O. But we're not going to touch that now. Alright? So, if you finished with your skywrite, erase it. Make sure you clean it with a spray that comes with the company that sells the dry erase markers. It could be Expo. It could be like the ones from the 99-cent store. It says whiteboard. And I'm not going to go over with the whole cleaning of it because that was done already in a previous video. Okay? What I am going to do today is just show you the magnetic letterboard. Now this is my magnetic letterboard, and I told you several times that in the magnetic letterboard we do a lot of sounds. Mine is always going to be orange, but the ones you have in the classroom are in blue. Blue. So when you open your magnetic letterboard, it should look something like this. Your letters should all be lining down here. You should have a frame on the top, and you have these two rectangles on the bottom. Now don't worry about those rectangles. We will get to that a little later when we know all of our sounds. So because I can't make this for you, because I can't buy them for you because they're very expensive, we're going to give you an opportunity to watch this video and take out something that Mr. Rodriguez has made copies for you. And Mr. Rodriguez made some efforts of laminating them for you. They're going to be sort of what we called the sound cards. The sound cards, all right? For this time, you should have an envelope like this. It will have your name on here as a label, and it will tell you Fundations sound cards. It's very exactly the same as the ones on the magnets, but they don't have magnets. They just have lamination, and they're made out of paper. So they look something like this. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to take out those letters that you and I already know that are part of our lesson on Fundations letters and sounds. Okay? So I'm only taking out those letters that you and I already know, and we just practiced on the Skywrite board. Okay? If you do not remember and you all of a sudden take them all out, you have to make sure you don't lose these, because if you lose this, I can't give you another one. So you're going to be responsible of taking care of these and making sure you have them in here all the time. You're only going to take these out when you're doing this video on YouTube with me. This is to reinforce. This is to help you. This is for you, not for me. I'm not getting any money out of this. I'm not promoting anything from Fundations. They're not paying me for this video. They're not doing anything like this. This is coming out of my heart, which means I made the copies in color and I laminated them. Oh, cut them first, then laminated them, and then cut the laminations. So we're going to work with this, and you're going to follow me on this video. All right? So I'm going to incline my camera, and you're going to see U up a T top t, O octopus ah, N nut n, M man I itch I, F fun f, and C cat k. Uh-oh, I'm missing one, right? Yes, I am. I'm missing B, bat, B. I forgot that one. All right, so we should have 9 sound cards. 9. So make sure you get your 9. So hopefully, here's B, bat, B. All right, so make sure that all the rest are in the envelope. They're not going to be spilled. You're not throwing them on the floor. Do not let your dog play with you and your cat. Do not give this to your brother or sister. This is for you, not for me, for you. All right? So we have these sounds, and we're going to say a sound, and you're going to pull it down over here. To help you with that, we're going to put it on this frame. These two rectangles are going to be your frame. And that's what we're going to use, pretending that we have our magnetic letterboard. Ready? The first one is t, t, t. The next one is b, b, b. The next one is f, f, f. And I'm just doing this, but if you need to pause, you can stop this video and get yourself settled with your envelope, pulling them out, setting them on the table before you continue with me. Because if you don't, you're going to get lost, you're going to lose the focus, and you really need to be ready for this. You're not in pre-K, you're in kindergarten. Responsibility is very important in this video. All right. Then we have n nut n. Then we have We have I. And up here we have k, 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 and ah. When you have all of these, then you will start making CVC words. And if you've seen my pre-K videos, I have done CVC words for a very long time. Fundations is not new to me. I've been doing this for a very long time. But for YouTube, it's been since we've been in quarantine, which would be 2020. So I've been doing these videos with CVC words using Fundations magnetic letterboard. So this is for you to learn how to do it at home. So here we go. Let's start with t, t, t. Now I'm going to put ah. And I'm going to put If I were to tap it, I would say t, ah, t, Tom. Tom is a word. It's a name of a boy. All right? But if I take out guess what it says now? It says two. Two. One of your sight words is two. All right? Now, I'm going to put it in another way. I'm going to move the t over, and I'm going to put a b first. So now it's b, a, t. Bot. Is bot a word or a nonsense word? Bot is a word. Bot now, it's the short term for robot. And we use this word bot especially when we're doing cryptocurrency. So for those people who do cryptocurrency, you might have heard the word bot. So bot, boys and girls, is a CVC word. What does that mean? Consonant, vowel, consonant. The consonants are yellow, but the vowel is pink in Fundations. So that is a word. Now I'm going to remove b, and I'm going to bring k, k, k. Now let's sound it out and blend. K, a, t, cot. What is a cot? If you were in pre-K, you know what a cot is, even if you didn't have one. It's that little bed that you stretch out of the bag and you lay on it and you cover yourself with a blanket or some bed sheet and you have a pillow. It was what you were using when you were sleeping in pre-K. Some people don't only use it for pre-K, they use it for camping. They don't sleep on the sleeping bag, they put the sleeping bag on a cot inside the tent. So cot. Cot is a word, not a nonsense word. It's a word. I'm going to take k, off, and now I'm going to say ought, ought, not. Not is the opposite of something that is yes. So this would be a negative term of a word. I do not want you here, or I want you here without the word not. So not is a word. Not is not a nonsense word. It's a word. And again, ought, not. That's how we sound it out and blend. Now, we're going to continue with and I'm going to bring uh to the middle. And I'm going to bring again k, k. So it's k, t. Ready? Sound that out and blend. K, t. Cut. Cut is a word or a nonsense word. Actually, it is a word. It's a verb because it's the action of using your scissors to cut a paper. So, we're going to change k to n. Ready? T. Nut. Is nut a word? Yes, it is. Nut is a word. Nut could be a peanut, a walnut, a hazelnut, a pecan. So all of those are nuts. So nut, nut is a word. Now we're going to use but. Is but a word? Yes. But is supposed to be a word that joins two phrases together to make it into a sentence. So this is a word. It's very important to use the word B-U-T. But. Ready? Now, I didn't pull this one out, but let's see. Fut. Is fut a word? No. Fut is a nonsense word. There's no such word as fut. How about What about mutt? Mutt. Is mutt a word? Yes. Mutt is a word. Mutt is what they call a dog that lives on the street or a cat that lives in the street and has no owner, and it's actually a mix of several what we call different kinds of dogs or different kinds of cats. All right? So when they're mixed, they call them a mutt. Let's sound it and blend. Mutt. So mutt is a word. Now we're bringing this back, and this is how we're going to be using these letters. Now, once you finish with the letters, please make sure they don't fall on the floor. If they do, you need to pick them up because you're responsible for them. Make sure you put them back in the envelope and make sure they're safe and sealed, and you have your 2 rectangle frames on the bottom. Remember, this is about you learning how to read. This is about you knowing your sounds. This is about you making yourself a better reader, an emergent reader, an excellent reader, because smart is not something you are. Smart is something you get.